Substack is removing 5 neo-Nazi propaganda blogs on their site. This is the most Silicon Valley startup money response ever, right? They're like, well, I guess we'll just remove 5 of these people you've never heard of.
We're explicitly anti-Nazi,
right? I feel like that's a safe place for us to go politically on this show. Now you can't just pretend to be naked on the stream, so that's no more. I can't just tell everybody that I'm streaming without pants on now. That's apparently a Twitch TOS violation. I think that Twitch got played.
You can't physically have genitals if you're going to be streaming on Twitch.
But if you're like a eunuch, you can't imply that either, because
you can't have, nor can you ever have had genitals when you stream on Twitch.
I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop what people call, hi, I'm Dave. I'm the co-producer of this show and the producer of all the other shows here at Echoplex Media. And in case you haven't noticed during the other segments, my lights are acting funny today. So that's not my first story. My first story is Substack is removing 5 neo-Nazi propaganda blogs on their site, which is just before the holidays. The Substack co-founder Hamish McKenzie defended the decision to leave up neo-Nazi content. Today, as recording of the show, Casey Newton of the Platformer reported that the website will remove some of that stuff. Some writers have left for other platforms, and there's some evidence that some of the paying subscribers to regular newsletter creators on there have stopped paying because they don't want to give Substack money if they're going to support that stuff. And that's reporting from The Atlantic that says that. The newsletters being removed don't have monetization enabled and have less than 100 active readers between them, according to Substack. So, oh boy, are you solving the problem there, Substack? And Substack did not reveal the name of the newsletters. So they removed white supremacist content that approximately 500 people read. It sure solved the fucking problem.
You know, if they didn't do that, I would be perfectly willing to call them a Nazi website. Because if you are a website and you host Nazi content, you're a Nazi website.
They're still a Nazi website, according to your thing. They removed 5 very unpopular creators with this kind of content.
All right, fair enough.
This is the most Silicon Valley startup money response ever, right? They're like, well, I guess we'll just remove 5 of these people you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was there any criteria? Do we know like why they chose who they chose, or nope? Okay.
They're playing it pretty close to their vest, and by vest I mean like a vest that maybe somebody would have worn in late 20s, early 30s Germany.
Okay.
This has been a problem. Substack has been this has been a criticism of Substack for a long time, that they are a place for people to monetize various kinds of harmful content, ranging from medical misinformation and disinformation, white supremacist content. The chemtrails aren't making a comeback on Substack, but that's because that group of people is never going to make a comeback because they all hate each other. So they'd just be writing Substack hit pieces about each other for less than 100 readers. I almost didn't include this because it's like highly political in a way, but also I feel like it's all right for people to know that our politics are not those of the Nazis. So I feel like we're
explicitly anti-Nazi,
right? I feel like that's a safe place for us to go politically on this show.
Yeah.
Following up from something I talked about last week in my next story, a policy on nudity keeps getting weirder. Now you can't just pretend to be naked on the stream, so that's no more. I can't just tell everybody that I'm streaming without pants on now. That's apparently a Twitch TOS violation. Nudity is already prohibited, but the new policy will also ban streamers who imply that they're nude. I'm gonna have to be real careful. From the new policy, nor do we permit streamers to imply or suggest that they are fully or partially nude, including but not limited to covering breasts or genitals with objects or sensor bars. Now, just real quick, I cover my body with objects. They're called clothing. So this is getting weird. What do you guys think, Matt? We talked about this a little last week, I think.
Yeah, it was recently. So I guess this is because that one woman, like, she was like had bare shoulders or something, and you just never saw if she was wearing clothes or something, and that freaked everybody out. I don't know. That's so weird.
Well, a lot of, to be fair, a lot of awful dudes just slut shamed her, right? That's like what happened to her. Like I watched some of her content. She's like a nice person. Like she never said anything about being nude. And we were mentioning that we've just seen like you could get like a high class low cut evening gown it was considered classy that's cut lower than where the camera cut off for her. I think that Twitch got played. I think they tried to do the right thing by allowing like tasteful nudity in sculptures and artwork, and then they got played, and now they're like, well, now you can't even imply that you're not wearing pants.
And,
can you imply that you're not wearing underwear, but you are wearing pants?
Yes, although
that's fine.
But your jeans are then an object covering your genitals, so I don't know, HK.
Can you imply that you're wearing a kilt but no underwear?
The kilt would then just be an object, so no.
Okay, so no kilts without underwear, but like jeans without underwear is okay?
Are jeans an object? Well, then no.
So no, okay.
So
I'm confused.
VTubers only now.
Yep. You can't physically have genitals if you're going to be streaming on Twitch.
But if you're like a eunuch, you can't imply that either, because
you can't have, nor can you ever have had genitals when you stream on Twitch.
This is they're just I know of all the platforms that deal with this stuff, Twitch, I think they really try to do the right thing, right? I think that they literally they try to do the right thing, and sometimes I think they're just trying too hard and they end up looking stupid.
Yeah, I think the object thing is they don't want you to try to do the
tassels.
No, like the Mike Myers and the when he would do in his movies.
Yeah.
There's always a scene where he's nude, but they have objects strategically placed to cover up anything.
I mean, they're saying you can't even put up like censor bars, but like, why?
And it's unclear if this is over yourself or if I notice that there's nudity in something that I want to show and I go in and blur it because I think the content is worth showing, but I know that I can't display nudity, so I go in and blur it. Or I think the censor bars are actually funnier. Does that run afoul of it, or is it about me? Like, this is all very unclear.
You can put censor bars on like broadcast television, so I'm a little confused about why they won't even allow censor bars.
I think this doesn't apply if I show a video and it's censored that way. I think it doesn't apply, but it's unclear. I think it applies to...
it's only if you're like wearing like fake censor bars, like you just have like a couple black strips of paper taped onto your chest.
I think that would apply to you and me and Matt if we were appearing as the talent. And we're using the word talent here awful loosely, but I think it applies in that way. And I think I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop what people call titty streamers. I don't like that terminology because it's sexist. They should... I don't know what they should... I think they're just trying too hard to do the right thing here, and they're just looking stupid because they're a platform. Their marketing is cute. Like, as their marketing is cute. We accept that there are kids on Twitch, and I think they try to do the right thing, and there's some ways in which they're strict in dealing with nudity as far as it pertains to art and that stuff. They've just dug themselves a really stupid hole now.
They're in the stupid hole. So,
and if the hole reminded you of anybody's body part, you couldn't show the hole.
So it relating to one of the other shows in Echoplex, basically the Satanic Panic. Like, are you going to have problems, or have you had problems? Have you been censoring that now, or what?
No, but the main thing again is that I think Twitch tries to do the right thing. We have the right tags on our stuff, and I can get a hold of a human being there if I'm like really concerned about a piece of content, and I'll be like, it's at 5 minutes. Can you take a look at this? And they'll tend to get back to me. We did have a problem on Cults and the Satanic Panic from YouTube when there was this movie I showed that I didn't think anybody would take credit for. It was about a guy who ate a fish sandwich and a Mountain Dew off the back of a truck in Texas and then saw Jesus. Apparently, the producer of that film did a takedown of our YouTube live. I don't know why he would claim credit for that, but I think what they were trying to do initially was to allow if you were showing sculpture, or maybe you were even making a sculpture of a nude person, that they were going to allow you to show that on your art stream if you tagged it with there might be sexual themes in my video. And that's fine. Yes, you should be able to do a nude sculpture or a nude painting on Twitch if your audience is adults, and if it's just some breasts or even full frontal. If it's a painting that you're painting because you're painting a nude and everybody knows that you're painting a nude, and you set up that this has sexual themes so that thumbnails don't show up on the Twitch homepage for kids, that should be fine. But people got mad.
Yeah.
If you were, say, drawing a picture of Bowser absolutely railing Donkey Kong, though, would that count as like fine art?
That's already you can't depict. That's already been in there. You can't depict sex act.
Oh, okay. So
also,
like,
there's copyright besides that.
if it was just Bowser like standing there looking sexy with his
Bowserness,
his mini Bowser out, like that would be fine. But
that's the problem here. Is this is all they've just confused everybody now. Honestly, I think they've just confused everybody, and I'm uncomfortable with the way that you're talking about Bowser.
We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube.
Oh gosh, are we gonna get kicked off of YouTube for that?
I don't know. I'd be proud of that, honestly. But like I said, I think that all they're doing, they've just confused everyone now. And I think that their first move was the right move, to be like, if you're, if for example, if there was a film in the public domain that somebody wanted to display a scene in it where there was some nudity, but that the nudity was like gratuitous and the stream was tagged as possible sexual themes and not shown to minors on Twitch, that was the right call that they made initially. But then people started just drawing titties everywhere but then they could have just kicked those people off. The policy didn't say just draw titties all the time.
Whatever they do, though, people are going to try and push the boundaries of it.
Right. And but they should know that. I don't know. I just think this is one of those cases where just based, and this is, hugely biased, but based on my own experience on Twitch versus, for example, YouTube, I think that their trust and safety team is just trying to do the right thing, honestly. And they keep fucking it up because they aren't, I think maybe they don't consider, like you were saying, edge cases and make wording about that where, well, these things are fine, but if your channel's content becomes about this, we're going to kick you off, something like that. Like, this is not, if this is occasional and incidental to other content that you're showing, you will be allowed leniency. But if your channel, I don't even know how you would word it, but I just think they tried to do the right thing as far as like allowing people, mostly artists, honestly, they were trying to allow artists to basically do sculpture and talk about fucking nudity in paintings and art critique and film critique and stuff of like older, like, you know what I'm saying? They tried to do like the right thing for like people who cover maybe things about old burlesque shows or something. You know what I mean? I think that's what they had in mind. And that's what didn't happen because young men probably, actually.
Yeah.
Probably
young horny men. Don't be horny on Maine on Twitch, people. You're going to ruin it for somebody who just wants to do a nude sculpture. All right.
Thank you for tuning in to How the Tech Are You? We do this show every week, and we put it out into 3 segments on YouTube, and we also put it out as a podcast. If you'd like that you can find that at echoplexmedia.com, along with all our other shows. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll have a recommended video here on the screen for you to check out next.